Well, guys, going everybody that's watching the markets is seeing everything coming to fruition. I mean, we've been patient. People are calling this a dead cat bounce. People are saying this is going to actually revert back to prices that are going to fall off a complete cliff as we see in these markets. Yes, I'm on Pond. Yes, I'm on Marlin. Yes, I think you should be on this project. It's number 461. I want to start doing more videos on this and start becoming more of an expert in this. I know a lot about it, but I actually want to know more in detail. That's what I'm thinking I'm missing the finer details as this layer zero project. Can I say it one more time again? We all heard about the layer ones. We know about the layer twos, but this is actually breaking a mold and breaking something that is yet in its infancy, I think, because this is a whole technological revolution when it comes to blockchain. But obviously, blockchain is its own layer. There's multiple layers that are built on top of these blockchains, including layer one and layer two. And this is actually in the forefront, which is layer zero, helping out the majority of the latencies and the throughputs and increasing that latency speed. Marlin's doing it right now, helping solidify itself into this web 3.0 space. And I think wholeheartedly this is a project that, I said again, I've been harping on, just like I harped on a little bit on Zilliq, and I still do too when it comes to its sharding effects. But this guy is a sleeper because in the fact it's already making moves with Polygon and the majority of other big name big boss cryptos in the market that are in that top 20, top 100 that you also love, including Polygon. Love the fact that they're actually helping them with the majority. If you have not seen this article, is actually coming from Polygon. It's on their Twitter. It's on Marlin as well, as they actually bridge this partnership in helping them, Marlin helping out Polygon with its high transaction output, right? It's having a lot of demand right now. I mean, you can see they just announced specifically that they had over 500 drops actually built into the top of their ecosystem, 567 million transactions, 6 million daily. And like any technology software up there, you're going to have to make some changes and some updates. And guess who comes to the forefront? That's a small player in this market that's helping Polygon actually transition into becoming a bigger infrastructure to be able to handle the majority of these transactions. This company right here, this ball player right here, even though it's hovering around 8 cents, we want it to go to $1. It's just being patient right here in the market. That's what it is right now. But they actually launched Open Weaver into its ecosystem, helping them out. Can I say another win for Marlin in bridging a gap in a partnership that's going to be pivotal for Marlin to grow. That's like I said again, if you didn't know this, Marlin's one of the fastest fish out there in the ocean, and this fish right here is gonna swim. It's just a matter of time. Obviously, there's more fish, or you want to say cryptos in the market that are killing it right now. Solana, as of today, has actually been on a tear. But like I said again, I want to start doing more videos on just breaking down this project, getting new updates. And I want to be the Marlin expert when it comes to the majority of this, because I don't think anybody is out there doing that, educating, and I think working on the fundamentals and just being an observer into this specific project. I mean, who knew that you could actually do? I mean, everybody knows about staking. Everything is staking, 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 staking. We all know why staking is there for. Keep and propagate the majority of the ecosystem in the crypto in itself. Also to actually add liquidity into the market to be able to propagate the valuation of, I don't care what anybody says, is propagating the valuation of the crypto asset is what, I mean, the majority of it is. People want to say it's liquidity, really tit for tat, right? You can put liquidity into any system with just adding the ERC, if it is, into the specific DEX or decentralized exchange if you wanted to do that, but we're all decentralized in this aspect, in this matter. But going back to this gem in itself, stake, has the ability to be able to, you can stake up to, I mean, 100%. Obviously, not as much as the majority of the cafe swaps or the pancake swap APYs that you actually have seen out there, but adds a little bit of governance as well, because if you're able to stake some of your pond into M pond, you could actually have that ability to vote. I believe it's for every M pond. M pond being 1 million pond tokens, you have the ability to vote once. And if I'm not mistaken, there's only 400 pond and pond tokens. Please counter me if I'm wrong. We're not trying to solidify us as an expert, but we're trying to become knowledgeable students of this technology, because one thing I like about this is I feel like it's in its infancy. No one's ever heard of it. No one's actually knowing anything about this project, but the ability for someone to carve a niche within this vast amount of problems that need to be solved, this is one that I think, for the taking of my mind, it just makes sense. I see other projects. I even thought about even matching this, obviously completely diverse projects. I'm just talking, just hear me out. Obviously, Zilliqa has its own specific place in its own ecosystem, but it's really in competition with the majority of the other blockchain. It's not solving anything new, right? In my mind right now, obviously it has a better ability to pay low gas. It has no gas pretty much. It's no fees pretty much because of the because of sharding. You know what I mean? That actually solves the majority of those propagating of blocks and latency effects, and the majority of those I mean increasingly, but all that other analytics that you want to actually say. But this, so it's in competition. It's just like, that would be like Pepsi versus Coca-Cola, right? It's soda, right? That's the same thing with Zilliqa or ETH or the majority. It's soda, right? It's blockchain, right? But this is solving a problem within within the ecosystem. I like that, within the vast ecosystem. Like, everybody has this problem out, or is going to have this problem at one point. The bigger you get as a blockchain, you're going to have this problem. That's I think the key thing that makes this different. It's solving something. Like, it would be stevia or some sort like that, like the add to the soda, right? Something that it's actually, why? Because the fact that people don't actually want to actually spike their sugar, right? People, maybe they're diabetic or they want to drink soda still. There's a market for it. And this is a big problem. The more transactions, the more traffic you have onto a chain of some sort like that, the more you are actually building on top of an infrastructure. It's only so much that the foundation of it's going to actually fall apart. It needs something to help it run smoother, right? It's a software update. It's solving something within that part of it. It's an addition of servers, cloud storage for servers, right? It's something. Cloud storage servers are the same thing. It's adding cloud storage, right? Or adding servers to your site or some sort like that, right? Or to your software. This is it right here. This is solving that issue. And I just want to dive more deep into it. I'm going to be talking about Flow Mint 2.0. That's the what actually Marlin has been working on the Interwiz as well. They're working on a test and update too, just putting it out there. They have been very sneaky, very quiet. There's supposed to be a test and update on the 30th of August. Curious to see how that goes. Curious to see how it trades too. There's been a lot of, I mean, up and down in volume. I think people are majority right now are concentrating on the bigger top 100 cryptos. I want to say top 20 in my mind right now. People are not really doing top 10s. I mean, XRP's been killing it. I'm gonna see the majority of anything you put your money into right now is killing it. But VeChain is too. Let's call that one. I knew that one's gonna go up too. 6 cents for VeChain. VeChain is going to $1. That's supply chain tokenization. Is just, tell me I'm wrong in that. People are looking at the price and action and volume. Well, I mean, people are like, forget the fundamentals, and I get that too. I get the sentiment, right? People are looking at technicals, and that's how it's traded in the market. This is how it's traded in the market. This is how it's fundamentally traded. But I'm looking at behind the scenes, and people are not saying this news. I know I follow all of the other YouTube creators out there when it comes to them. I'm on this subject that people are just looking at the technicals, looking at the technicals. But for me, I'm trying to. I don't know why. I think the fundamentals do have a place to heat in a situation, and it's not just short term. I think it's long term. Long term fundamentals in this market do matter. It does, right? It does matter long term. We're not talking about day traders who are trying to trade a week, a month from now, 3 months from now. I just think in my mind, fundamentals years from now always wins, right? Look at the majority of the projects that are actually have zero fundamentals, how they're doing right now. I mean, the projects that have actually been longer than a year and a half, 2 years, they're not doing so well. They're not going back to all-time highs. They're not actually, I mean, look at the, do a research of all of the cryptos in 2017 and to where they are now. The majority of the ones that had zero fundamentals are gone. There's a couple projects that I've known that were really good, gone. FinanceX, gone. It's just majority of these projects that are actually seen back in the day. They have no updates. They never hit the roadmaps. They don't have any fundamentals. They don't have any really use case in this market. Granted, you're gonna hit me back up with the Doge and this and that and meme coins and all that. No, back in the day, 2017. Tell me I'm wrong, right? Fundamentals long term. That's what in my mind I'm actually solidifying it and makes sense. It's still, all of these are still businesses, legitimately trying to solve problems and niche out aspects in the ecosystem that they're trying to solve, this being one of them. So I want to actually start doing more projects like this that are solving points, micro caps, because that's where the money's at. And I'll leave this because this video is way too long, but I thought this was the most amazing thing that I've heard. And I thought that honestly, it really solidified in my mind. Everybody's waiting for 100K for Bitcoin, BTC 100K, BTC 100K, BTC 100K, right? But what is BTC 100K for all of us who are actually small fish in this huge, vast ocean? 127% gains. That's what it is right now from 47,000, 127%. Let's say that, see, that sounds like a little bit of a lot, but let's say that you put in $1,000. That's only $2,200. That's not life-changing money right there. These projects that are low micro cap right here, so that I could actually 12, 20x, which is like 20,000%, you know what I mean? 2,000%. These are the projects that are going to actually change lives right here. 2,000%. I mean, I wish it was 20,000%. I'm actually bad at my math right now, but those are going to 20x your integral gains. $1,000 would have been $20,000. I mean, $10,000, 200. You could do the math, but letting you know, micro caps are where it's going to be at, and long-term fundamentals for me and some of these projects are just going to be hodling, whatever you want to call it right now, until it actually solidifies into game-changing wealth. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Please like, please subscribe. Everybody says share. I don't blame you. I don't share a whole lot either, but hope you're doing well. Comment if you have any questions or anything like that. Hit me back if I'll love to debate, love to talk more, love to know what you know. It's just, this is what this channel is about, just to learn from each other. No one's more of an expert than any of us. Can I say it one more time again? We all are students of this game. None of us are experts. Everybody is just guessing. So let's get strong. Let's get educated together. Talk to you soon.